it's Lesh here, and I'm here to share with you some blogging tips, some great tools to use, especially to make sure that your blogging strategies are helping you grow, leaving you less stress, and making you enjoy the process of blogging no matter what your niche. I'm here to share with you the one blogging tip that I have, and it's multitasking. Multitasking is a great thing to do when you're a blogger, especially when you're not a full-time dedicated blogger where that's your only job. But when you have things such as, another full-time job, taking care of a child, doing other things, or if you're like me, I have a full-time job teaching, I'm blogging, I'm writing a book, and I'm also planning a wedding. So multitasking is key to making sure everything gets done, making sure that you're not leaving anything behind, and to make sure you're still enjoying the process. The first key tip to multitasking is to make sure that you're planning ahead. The one thing I keep is an editorial calendar. Now this calendar not only tells me when my posts are coming up, but when certain posts are due, when I should schedule a post based on certain sales or certain events or holidays, as well as when certain collaboration posts are due. I automatically set those up. Now I keep my editorial calendar on my blog where I literally just drop a draft of a post onto the calendar, whether the post actually has any content or pictures in it at all. Some people actually want to get a physical journal and keep that as an editorial calendar. They have one on their wall, or they have a planner. You can use all of these, you can use one of these, but I highly recommend having one. If you're interested in the editorial calendar that connects right to your blog, it's a plugin. I have it linked below. This is a great thing to use because literally, like I said, you just drop it right in, you're planning ahead, and most of the time I have my editorial calendar planned for a month to 2 months ahead, especially when it comes to certain events or holidays, such as when we have Valentine's Day coming up. I had certain posts planned way ahead of time just for that because that's the best time to gain sales, exposure, and especially because people are looking at it in Google searches. The other key thing with planning ahead is to make sure that you know what's upcoming and make sure you're not booking over one another. The one thing that I have found recently is a calendar that I keep on my phone. But oftentimes, because I do have another job and a personal life, my personal phone gets overwhelmed with events for my friends, appointments, things for the blog, as well as work things. So I come to the point where I need to separate it. So the one key tool I want to share with you today is the Coolpad Conjure. I recently got this. It is a great new phone that I don't actually use as a SIM card within it. I just put my calendar on there, and I can do a lot of my social media on there. I can take pictures on the Coolpad Conjure so that I'm not running around looking for a space on my personal phone where I have all my personal photos and deleting photos to make room for my blog photos, because obviously there's going to be a lot of blog photos, but you don't want to get rid of those personal photos as well, which leads to my next tip of multitasking. Make sure that you have designated space for where you have your blog things and for your personal things. Now again, I'm going to come back to the Coolpad Conjure. I just took it out. It's a great big smartphone. Again, I don't have a SIM card in it. I basically got it just to use it as like a mini tablet. I can take this anywhere where there's Wi-Fi, which of course everywhere you go now there's Wi-Fi. And I have to upload an Instagram photo. I just take a picture. I send it either to myself to my Coolpad if I'm not using my Coolpad right then, so that I can take it off my personal phone, or I take it right on the Coolpad and post it right to my Instagram. It's a great for me to stay updated with what's going on. I'm getting my separate emails to my Coolpad Conjure, and as well as my personal things to my regular personal phone. This keeps me organized. I can multitask, especially because now I have two phones in front of me. No longer do I have to sit there and say, you know what, I have to call you back on my personal phone because I'm doing blog things. I can be on the phone on my personal phone and still working on my Coolpad Conjure to get things done for the blog. Another great tip for multitasking when it comes to blogging is not being afraid to share responsibility when it comes to your blog. Let's face it, when you're not a full-time blogger dedicated to your blog, you have tons of other things you have to do. And you don't always have time in the day to plan out social media posts, to plan out your blog posts, unless you're planning ahead. And even when you do that, it gets a little overwhelming. So the one thing I was afraid of when I first thought about delegating things or tasks out to do was the fact that, oh my gosh, I have to give out my passwords to people. And honestly, I don't like to keep a lot of variety of passwords, though I do, but I was still a little hesitant of saying, you know what, here's my password to these things. just because it's my personal password. Whereas when I use my Coolpad Conjure, I can log in right there. There's no passwords need to be provided, and all I have to do is hand over the Coolpad Conjure to any intern or someone I'm working with, and they can get things done. They can do my social media posts. They can answer comments for me. They can look up emails. They can remind me when I have to go to events. They can help me with scheduling my calendar just by using my Coolpad Conjure and not needing my personal phone where I have personal phone calls and personal emails and ideas and things and personal stuff just stored on there. So being able to delegate things out, especially to those who are well knowledge in those things, such as I found an intern that studied social media. So I was able to give it out to her. Here's my Coolpad Conjure. What can you do? Can you fix my news feed? Can you do more tweeting? Can you put Pinterest pins on my secret board so it's constantly working? And she was able to do that, and I was able to go on and get the other tasks done that I need to get done. Therefore, there was multitasking happening, but it wasn't multitasking that was just put on me. It was able to get things done while other things were getting done, which was a great thing, relieved a lot of stress, and I was able to network and meet with new people, which again brings me to my next point, networking. Network is a big thing when it comes to blogging. You want to connect with other bloggers, a lot of people in the industry, photographers, hosts, brands, everyone, in order to grow your blog. That makes those connections, so they're the ones commenting on your blog posts and your social media posts. They're the ones helping you share. They're the ones you can connect with and say, you know what, I need a photographer to shoot. Let's grow together, let's collaborate. That's the art of multitasking. I was often taking my own photos, and sometimes I still do, minus the fact that now I have my fiance taking all my photos and I do the editing. Before, it was just a lot of me taking the photos, editing the photos, then putting them on the blog, posting on the content, so I was doing everything by myself. There was no way I could multitask. But now that I've networked with so many people, I'm able to say to some of my now photographer friends, let's get together, I have this collaboration or this post that needs to go up. Can you come help me? And I'll help you. A lot of photographers like to work with bloggers because it gets them exposure on their websites and to their photos, as well as you're getting the help. No longer am I taking my own photos and editing them. I'm getting the photos, I'm focusing more on the content, and I'm spending the 80% that I need to on sharing and getting my blog exposure, which then again gets you to grow. The more exposure you get, the more brands are able to find you, and you're able to get more collaborations and be seen elsewhere. Now, I hope you found these tips very helpful, and to recap, there are two main tools that I'm going to be sharing with you. One is the Coolpad Conjure. You definitely want to get one of these. This has been a lifesaver. It is great with having all of my blog things on one device and my personal things on something else, able to make me multitask and keep things separate. And the one cool thing that I love about the Coolpad Conjure now, no longer is the phone finger or the fingerprint ID on the front. You check it on the back, so as soon as you pick up the phone, you can unlock it and then go right forward. The other great thing that I want to tell you about is the editorial calendar. It is linked below, that little plugin. It's going to be great to help you set things up. And again, you can put WordPress or your other blogging platform right on your Coolpad Conjure, set up your editorial calendar in connection with the WordPress app or your blogging platform app. I want to thank you all for coming to watch this video and listening to all these blogging tips. I hope you found them very useful, and also make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter, linked below, where I'm constantly sharing more blogging tips as well as all those updates going on with Living Lesh. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat, so you're constantly updated and you know what's going on with me, as well as receiving other blogging tips. And again, visit livinglesh.com, where there's a whole category on blogging tips where I'm sharing things such as multitasking, how to start a blog, how to switch over from free to hosted, all of those things that you need to know, especially with social media and other things that you would like to know to help grow your blog. I hope you had a great experience watching this video. Thank you for watching again, and see you next time.